So, in my recent video, Nintendo News, a name that is great, I swear, I bring up the fact that with the server shutting down for 3DS and Wii U, that we might see the closure of the Funny Badge arcade game. Now, this was one of many different features from the 3DS that I really loved. Like, the stupid small things like that, and like the backgrounds you get on it, which I never really dabbled into. The Street Pass / Spot Pass / whatever you want to say. Well, Me Plaza, I guess, is its own separate thing, so chuck that in. I really did enjoy all these. We had Face Raiders. Now, these were all really weird, but really fun and enjoyable things to have, and it was sad to see the Switch have nothing. Like, literally, buy a brand new Switch, because you got that money lying about, obviously. Boom, nothing, nada, not a single thing on there. Other than, like, news, settings, power options, that kind of stuff. However, it seems that Nintendo is reintroducing fun little weird side bits with this update. So, I wasn't actually planning on making a video today whatsoever. I've just gotten Pokemon Legends Arceus, so I'm going to be playing through that saying, does this suck or does it suckn't? Let's see. But due to how strange this is and how much I really want to talk about it, I've made one. So here we are, video time. Let's go, baby, woo. So look at the top left of your Switch's home screen, okay? You might notice some dumb, idiot, stupid little circle thing. That's you. That's your profile picture for your Nintendo Switch trademark account, okay? Now, as of before the current moment in time, Nintendo only allowed you to have a character and a really basic background. That was it. And the character selection was horrendous. There was no Waluigi. What is even the point? Like, they didn't even add him when they had Mario Party or any of the Mario sports games, despite the fact that, like, that's his thing, man! But anyway, now they finally changed this. If you click the big, ugly red zit button that you can see also on the Switch's home screen, assuming you're still on that, the little Nintendo Switch Online logo, then you'll be taken to a homepage showing something brand new. Now, the My Nintendo app, trust me, this is relevant, not app, website, still, has been this thing for quite a while now, where you can spend silver points you get from completing tasks within games on your phone, like the mobile ones, for little rewards. Usually, these rewards sucked, and would range from, like, home screens, which you could just steal off the internet, and other sucky things, I think. I never really dabbled into it. Other than, like, the posters for the 3 Mario games, there's been nothing that really has tickled my fancy. Now, where does this fit into this whole thing? Well, Nintendo has once again stolen from their mobile department, like we saw in Mario Kart, and brung this feature to the Switch. Now you can spend your hard-earned platinum coins, not silver, I think. You can spend your hard-earned platinum coins on stuff. So far, that stuff is just profile picture stuff, such as you have, I think, 3 different categories now. You still have the characters, but there are a lot more of them and more centralized on specific games. You have more backgrounds, such as different colors and actual symbols, and maybe even a location if you're lucky. And lastly, the border. Now, these are just small little things, it's nothing really to scream over. They're quite simple. Actually, they're very simple. But it's still really cool to see that I'm actually adding some of these smaller things to the Switch. Now, currently, there is only 2 sets of these things you can get. You've got one relating to Mario Odyssey, which, I'm just saying, strange, I've just started playing that game again, and now Nintendo's putting that stuff up. Pretty strange coincidence. It's almost like they're going to announce a new one at, E3 or something. Definitely not. They definitely are. And also Animal Crossing. Now, Animal Crossing's one is very interesting. Basically, the way that they have it now is that villagers will be cycling in, like every single villager from the game. I know that's a lot of them. Every month for what birthday they have. So if their birthday's in March, you're going to be seeing all the March ones this month. Or if they're in February, tough luck, pal, you're going to be having to wait a year. Now, hopefully, as time goes on, they will add more of these things to it. And by these things, I mean games, of course. Add a selection from Luigi's Mansion 3, some from whatever new games come out as well, I'll likely expect to see. Like, we have Kirby coming out this month, I could very obviously see them adding a bunch of these from that game. Mario Strikers, when that comes out, I would love to see the art from that game be actually characters you can bung onto one of these. Now, this all seems fine, but then I decided, between the last sentence and this sentence, to go ahead and try and make an icon, and we run into an issue. You are not allowed to mix and match. What do I mean by this? Well, to create an icon, it tells you to select a game where you will grab all your pieces from. So let's say Mario Odyssey, right? You select it, and then you're just stuck into that. You can only use backgrounds from that game, you can only use borders from that game, and you can only use characters from that game. Now, this sucks really bad. Why does it suck really bad? Well, see, here's the thing, right? Anybody who wants a cool background or a cool front bit for their profile picture, they will have to buy and use Mii's from this characters from this very, very selective range. Now, first of all, let's look at the Mario Odyssey profile pictures you can use currently on Switch. Sorry if my voice gets a bit too quiet here, I'm trying to lean back and have to see the TV while still being close enough to talk, so yeah, sorry about that. We have Mario with Cappy floating above his head, we have Cappy by himself. We have Mario capturing a Goomba, a Bullet Bill, a Moai, and the T-Rex, all very beloved things from this game. You can't use any of these in your profile picture. Let's say you're an Animal Crossing fan, and you'd love to have some of the new Animal Crossing backgrounds and borders alongside some of your favorite characters, like, let's say, Isabelle. You can't use her. Tom Nook, can't use him. The Nooklings, can't use them either. Or what about the Mii's? Now, currently, I've been using a Mii as my profile picture for ages now, so I was initially excited to say, hey, let's put the funny Mii in front of a background and with a border. But I can't do that, because the Mii's currently don't really have their own game. And Nintendo Switch Sports doesn't count. Miitopia counts, but I don't think Nintendo's going to care about that game whatsoever. What about games that are by themselves or part of all games by themselves. What about games that are part of collections? Like, when the Mario 35th Anniversary whole thing happened, we got a good couple icons from across the series. Mostly of Mario from across the series, but still, you know, we got Cat Mario from 3D World, we got his Sunshine render, we got one from 64, I think. None of them accessible. Now, what can Nintendo do to fix this? Well, first of all, I think integrating it together, because currently the way they make these new icons is that you select them within the Nintendo Switch Online app instead of, you know, your settings when you click on your character in the top left. So, I think, first of all, molding these together so you just make it in one of them, preferably the one on the home screen, would be a lot better. Secondly, if you have to make it so they all have to be from specific franchises, can you at least mold them together in where it's all specific series? Once again, I would vastly prefer it if it could be mixed and matched together. Like, once again, I want Waluigi in front of a location from the new Kirby game with a border from Luigi's Mansion. Sure, why not? This is a topic I haven't seen many people discuss about this whole thing yet, so hey, who knows, maybe I'll be the first one to talk about it, the fact that this is smelly. Now, let's move on to a couple other things they could do with this new system. I would love to see backgrounds. People have been asking for backgrounds to the Switch for years upon years now. So many people want a background of the game, because other systems do it. You know, we've got Xbox that allows you to set screenshots as your background, and it has specific ones, and you got the PlayStation, which had animated ones. I've got one down there on my one for, like, Subnautica, where the fishes actually swim in front of your thing, and if you go to the top menu, then the camera raises above the water to show you the sunken ship. Well, not really sunken. Part of it's submerged, but most of it's still above water and intact for the most part. But still, it's infuriating that Nintendo doesn't have anything like that, so maybe, just maybe, this new system will introduce those types of things as well. Now, to what extent would I want to see this? I want to see this with, like, exactly how PlayStation had it, okay? Like, the fact that it has animated bits, it's got the music, it looks great. I want to see that on the Switch. And if not that, at least pick A, decent looking images, and B, music over it. The Switch having no music or no noise or anything when it loads up, other than, like, the clicks of you scrolling through the games and stuff, that's just disgusting. I want the same coolness as the Nintendo Wii. Hey, speaking of which, what if you made, like, a theme, because maybe we'll just call them themes, backgrounds, whatever you want to call them. Why don't they just add, like, that of the older systems as well? That could be really cool. I'm sure plenty of people would love to see the kind of Wii style replicated on the Switch. They could scroll through their games while also being filled with nostalgia the whole time. Maybe a menu like the DSi and the 3DS as well. Chuck those in for funsies. Wii U? Sure, nobody played it, but sure. Oh, you know, like the Super Nintendo Mini and like the NES Mini? Like, what if those as well? Like, the themes you had for them, you know, the really catchy song, chuck those in. That could be fun. there would be a lot less anger of mixing and matching when it comes to these, like if you want to have different song to what you're seeing, because it's cooler. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I'm glad to see these things being added. Once again, I really do hope that they do more with this, and of course that they allow you to mix and match them together, because that'd be fun, and that they integrate it in. Okay, there's actually a lot of things I want from this. It's a step in the right direction, but they need to make sure that they keep taking these steps right, otherwise they're going to fall off a cliff and die horribly. What would you like to see in a Switch firmware update? And I know I didn't really specify that as just these weird cosmetic things, like I could have went into, you know, oh, let's put files on the Switch, and let's allow us to change up the rows, instead of it just being one straight row of games, it can be a little screen like it was on the Wii and stuff like that. But I still would love to hear, well, read what you guys would also like to see. You know, we're only 5 years into this thing, guys. You know, put in your recommendations now. You might just get it in before the middle of the generation, which we're currently in. Like this video if you want to return to it to see, oh, hey, look, Nintendo did all the things you asked, well done. Or, hey, look, they did nothing you asked because you suck and smell funny. And if you've seen a couple of my videos before, and you're still watching them for some reason, subscribe. You're already too deep, you might as well go all the way. Right, see you in the next one, which I'll hopefully be a lot more prepared for instead of this random, oh, I have to chuck something together quickly because I really want to talk about it like this video was. Who knows, Nintendo might announce the Switch 2 in like a week's time. I kinda hope they do. Or Switch Pro, something like that would be nice. Bye bye.